evening, everyone. Chag Sameach, and welcome to my channel. My name is Carla, and this is my FlossTube channel, Carla being Crafty. And tonight we are here with our day number 5 Flossnukkah video for the 5th night of Hanukkah. Welcome so much to the channel. Peggy is purring so loud. Can you guys hear him? I wonder if you can hear him. I just want to say welcome. Thank you so much for coming by. And today is, Thursday. It is December 22nd. And as I said, it's the 5th night of Hanukkah. So I am here to light the candles with you, have a little bit of Hanukkah discussion, open a few things, and then do a giveaway. So let's get started. Okay. Hey, stop it. Maybe your cats like to lick on plastic bags. He doesn't ever chew them. He likes licking on plastic. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav b'tzivanu l'chadlik ner Shel Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sha'asa nisim lavoteinu vayamim ha'hem Bazman hazeh. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us with your commandments and commanded us to kindle the Hanukkah lights. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who performed wondrous deeds for our ancestors in days of old at this season. Okay, so as you guys can tell, with 5 candles now, it takes longer to light the candles. I don't know if somebody asked me this during a comment or if somebody asked another period, but I know somebody has asked how long the candles last, and these last longer than these candles. They actually last a shorter amount of time the more candles you get because of the ambient heat, but they usually last about half an hour. These maybe 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? So today kind of is like twofold. First of all, I want to talk about Hanukkah in like pop culture, and then a little bit about some music. So pop culture, one thing I've noticed, and I'm not necessarily saying this as a complaint, but I am just putting it out there. In like American pop culture and stuff, Hanukkah has started to make an appearance more as I've gotten older. However, I found that it often isn't there for its own sake. It's always like attached to Christmas or something like that. There are notable exceptions. I mean, Adam Sandler's Hanukkah song, which I think there's 3 or 4 versions now. I mean, that was first done in the 80s. It was hugely popular, and I think has continued to be popular among Jews of my age group and younger, because it does say that thing that it's like, these are people who celebrate Hanukkah, or in other words, these are people who are Jewish, or at least part Jewish, who are famous. And it kind of makes you realize, like, oh, there are Jews out there. You know, you're not totally alone. Even if you were the only Jewish kid in your school, there are plenty of Jews. And I went to a high school with, we had like 800 kids in each graduating class. I mean, I went to a big high school, and my brother and I think there was another Jewish kid that we didn't really even know. I mean, that was kind of it. So even in a big high school, sometimes you kind of feel like you're the only one. There's also one black kid at our school, and there was a lot of Asians because we're in Southern California, but so there's a big Asian population in our area, but there's like not very many of other minorities there. Okay, so Adam Sandler's Hanukkah song obviously is a big pop culture reference. There was a Rugrats Hanukkah special. I never watched the Rugrats, so it didn't impact me much. Those of you who watch Friends, and I know there's a lot of cross-stitchers who love Friends, cannot forget the holiday armadillo, Santa's Jewish friend, right? But again, Monica and Ross were half Jewish, right? And honestly, Rachel Green must have been Jewish too. I'm sorry, but she must have been, with the heart surgeon doctor living in New York. And yeah, still, none of them celebrated Hanukkah except for Ross lit the menorah, but Monica didn't. She was kind of very nonplussed, and she was the big deal Christmas decorator. So, why couldn't there be a character who actually was Jewish and just celebrated Hanukkah? It always has to be, in addition. Let's see, on SNL, there was Hanukkah Harry, who always delivers socks, and then the kids who are expecting Santa are always disappointed. It's a big joke, but it's true. I've gotten socks for Hanukkah when I was a kid, presents. We usually got 1 or 2, really, cool presents, and then the other ones were sort of little presents, to relate it to Christmas. Like maybe you get a couple big gifts under the tree, and then you get a bunch of little stocking stuffers. So think of it that way. As Jewish kids, you always kind of want to play it up and we get a present each night. But, we did get things like socks and, some candy bars or, whatever. I remember one night I was so intrigued because my mom wrapped this thing in foil, and it was like the shape of a bottle. And I'm like, what could that be? And it was bubble bath. I was so excited to unwrap it, and it was a bottle of bubble bath. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was a bottle of bubble bath. I remember one year I got, this is definitely going to age me because I don't know if there's many people who even remember these. I got a set of Dawn dolls, which were kind of like Barbies, but they were much smaller than Barbie. Like Barbie's a 12-inch doll, and these were 6-inch dolls. So they were like the fashion model dolls, but they were little. And I got a couple of the dolls, or I already had some of the dolls, I don't know, but I got the whole townhouse with all of the accessories. But it was all spread out over a bunch of nights, so I got, the table one night, and, so yeah, I got it all spread out. But I remember that year. Let's see. So that was Hanukkah Harry. An American Tale, which wasn't really Hanukkah related, but they were definitely a Jewish family. And I think there may have been a Hanukkah Tale, an American Tale Hanukkah special, but I could be wrong about that. I kind of feel like the fact that there aren't that many pop culture references kind of says something. I realize that Jews are a small population compared to the magnitude of the country. However, anti-Semites like to complain that we control the media, so you'd think that there'd be more Hanukkah references in the media if we controlled everything. Now, in 2019, Hallmark started making Hanukkah movies, as well as the Christmas movies. However, I haven't seen any of them, so I could be wrong, but I did kind of do a little bit of research, and it seems like all of those movies are, you know, connected to Christmas. Like, you know, it's a mixed couple and they have to celebrate each other's holidays, or the girl who is a great party planner and she has to plan a big holiday party and then finds out the guy she's planning it for is Jewish and it has to be a Hanukkah party, or somebody who doesn't even realize they're Jewish and then finds out they're Jewish and wants to celebrate Hanukkah. So it's never somebody who just is Jewish and has always celebrated Hanukkah, and you know, it's always got to have some other relation to Christmas, and Hanukkah and Christmas have nothing to do with each other. Okay, so what else did I want to talk about tonight? Well, one of the things, and this is funny because I've read a bunch of articles on this, and I guess it's something that they say, like, Jews like to trot this out, and it's true. I do like saying this, but whether you're aware of it or not, some of the most famous and most popular Christmas songs were all written by Jews. I have a list here, so I'm going to read off the list of the Christmas songs that were all written by Jews, and there's reasons for it, and I have this big sheaf of articles, right, on why Jews wrote so many Christmas songs and why they didn't write Hanukkah songs as well. Okay, so here are some of the most popular Christmas songs that were written by people who are Jewish. White Christmas, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, Santa Baby, Silver Bells, The Christmas Song. I think that's Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. I think that's the Christmas song. Winter Wonderland, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Both the story and the song were written by Jews. It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, Do They Know It's Christmas, from Band-Aid. That came out, I think, when I was in high school. Sleigh Ride, Holly Jolly Christmas, and Silver and Gold. So the question is why? Why are so many of these popular songs, you know, written by Jews? I mean, how did that happen? And it's kind of like multiple reasons. One of the things is from the 1880s to the 1920s. Over 1 million Jews emigrated to New York's Lower East Side from mostly Eastern Europe, and they left because things were getting kind of scary over there. A lot of anti-Semitism. The Jews in Europe, there were pogroms and ransacking of homes and businesses, especially in Poland and Russia. And in the 1920s, people were recovering from World War I, and in the 30s, Nazi Germany was getting stronger. So anti-Semitism during that whole period was rampant in Europe. However, it wasn't necessarily great in America either. There was a lot of anti-Semitism, and one of the few industries where Jews could work and make a living and excel was in the arts, in the music industry, in film and writing and things like that. And that's why you had a lot of people going into like Tin Pan Alley and you know, and working in the music industry. A lot of composers who made some of the most famous Broadway plays are also, you know, the same people who wrote these songs. So, you know, so why Christmas songs? Why are those so prevalent? So again, multiple reasons. First of all, they're lucrative, right? If you write a good Christmas song, you're set for life. You know, there's an article that was coming out that comes out probably every year about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and how the guy who wrote the story, I mean, it was written as an advertising thing for, was it for Macy's or was it for another department store? Woolworth, I don't know. But anyway, he was suffering from depression. His wife was extremely ill. Now, he was Jewish. He wasn't a practicing Jew, really. He grew up in a secular Jewish household, and I believe that they were they didn't practice, but they were Jewish. And then it turned out his brother-in-law was the one who wrote the song. So that's, you know, they were both of Jewish descent. Another reason why a lot of people in that time period ended up writing Christmas songs was because back then, and I mean, it's the same today, Christmas was a very, in a lot of ways, had become kind of Americanized as a national holiday, right? With department stores and all that kind of stuff, Christmas was a big deal thing. And it was a way for these Jews who had often been persecuted. Oftentimes they didn't publicly acknowledge their Judaism because there still was such rampant anti-Semitism everywhere. But it was a way for them kind of to embrace Americanism and to embrace their adopted homeland. And you will notice that most of the songs on the list that I said, they're not the very religious songs. They're not songs about, you know, it's not Away in a Manger, and it's not, you know, anything that says anything about Christ. It's all just winter songs, Winter Wonderland, Santa, you know, Santa Claus is coming to town, Santa Baby, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Let It Snow, Silver Bells, all those things that embrace more of the sparkle and the winter magic of the season, as opposed to necessarily the religious aspects of Christmas. So that had something to do with it too. And so, you know, it was a way for Jews to blend in and try and kind of be more Americanized. Also at that time, a lot of people who were Jewish were ashamed of being Jewish because it was an otherism. They weren't, you know, they wanted to be accepted, and being othered, you couldn't be. You know, Jews, regardless of their wealth, couldn't get into country clubs. There were restaurants they couldn't get into. We think that's weird today, you know, to think about that. But it's not that long ago that these things changed. Just anecdotally, I mean, you think that, oh, that doesn't happen anymore. My brother, he's 5 years younger than me, so he's 52, right? When he was in high school, he had a really good friend who lived a couple streets down. Nothing romantic. They were just friends. They did theater together, and he wanted to take her to the prom, and her dad wouldn't let her go because Aaron was Jewish. He didn't want her going to the prom with a Jewish boy. Now, he was good to like help her study, right? To help her get better grades, but he didn't want her going to the prom with him. So let's see, what is this? This article says, most Jews in the entertainment industry were rebelling against their culture and against their parents. So they pursued unconventional careers to kind of rebel against their parents, and then they were rebelling against their upbringing by, you know, not assimilating into different religions, but by writing songs about these other religions. Let's see. Do I have anything else? Now, the other thing that is mentioned in most of these articles is that most like really famous Jewish singers have all put out Christmas albums. You guys have probably heard them. Barbra Streisand has a Christmas album, very Jewish. Neil Diamond, another Jew songwriter. He has a Christmas album. Idina Menzel, who I don't know if you guys know, but you know, the Elphaba, the original Elphaba, is Jewish. She got her start singing at bar mitzvahs. She just put out a Christmas album, I don't know, last year, this year. She put it out very, very recently. And in fact, my friend has the Christmas carols playing in the office, and her songs come up quite often. So, and these are quite often the songs that they sing, these less religious songs. But part of these articles also said, well, okay, so why didn't these singers write Hanukkah songs? And it's just, Hanukkah and Jewish music is just different. A lot of times it's not in English. And one singer-songwriter, you know, said that they often have a more melancholy note structure, and they're not as like fun to sing. There are some notable exceptions. Peter, Paul, and Mary put out a song called Light One Candle, I think, or Just One Candle, that originally they kind of wrote it as a, it was a song about the Maccabees and resistance fighting and everything, but it kind of became, you know, I mean, it's about the Maccabees, so it became a Hanukkah song. And it's a really good song, so you might want to look it up. Peter, Paul, and Mary's Light One Candle. So there are a few, but we just don't have music like Christmas music. We just don't. You know, it says something about having grown up, and I grew up in, now as I said, we were not super religious, more Orthodox. I grew up in a conservative temple. I never felt like I wished I was something else. I always enjoyed, you know, our traditions, and I enjoyed sharing it. My mom and dad were always the ones who went into our classrooms and made latkes and told kids about Hanukkah, which is maybe why I feel good about doing these, because I'm just carrying on the traditions of my parents. But I think it says something that so many people who are watching these little videos that I'm doing every night are like, you know, excited to learn about something that they've never heard about. And yet me growing up, I know like every single Christmas carol there is. I pretty much know everything about Christmas, you know, because it's everywhere. So it's just something to think about, I guess. But anyway, so that is kind of my discussion for tonight as far as Hanukkah and pop culture. So hope you enjoyed it. Let's go on to the next part of the videos. So let's start by doing my realist kit of the night. Oh, somebody else asked me if you have to get a gift every night, or what's the deal with that. So children usually get a gift every night. In some cases, they're numbered the way like Jenn Marsh did for me. And in some cases, there's a big pile and you get to pick one every night. It just depends on the family and what your parents, you know, have got you and what order they want you to get it in, etc. Of course, it's not required. You know, but it's just tradition that, you know, if you're going to have a gift-giving holiday and it's 8 nights, that you get a gift every night. So, okay. So, realist kit of the evening. This one is titled, it's called Wisteria, and this is a wool acrylic one. I'm sure you guys know I like the purples and the pinks and stuff because I pick out all of these. Again, butterflies. There's some pictures on the back here of other kits that are really pretty too. And I don't know if I have any of those, but this is Wisteria. It's really pretty. I'm gonna have a hard time deciding what the next one to stitch is. I'm gonna need you guys to help me. Okay, we've got Mr. Baggy sitting right here, so why don't we do his toy next? Let's pick out a soft one for you. How about an avocado? I wish these squeaked. I think he'd like them if they made a little more noise. You want this? Yeah? You want that? He does want it. He wants it. Okay. Oops. Baggy. All right. Let us open our candy box here. Day 5. Something else chocolate. Oops. I'm sorry if you hear that noise. That is my litter box going. There we go. Okay. Now, yesterday I got a box in the mail which had no markings on it, so I opened it and it was 2 gifts from Dawn Frisch, And then today there was a box, and on the outside of this box, it said that it was from Dawn. So, two of these things I know I saw yesterday, but then I sliced open this box, but I don't know what's in it. So Dawn got me some more of the good gelt. And actually, I was talking to my friend today. My boss and his sister is my coworker, and they're Filipino. So I've worked with Filipinos for, gosh, almost 27 years now. So one of their traditions for New Year's is that you have to eat 12 round things. So like 12 grapes or 12 something that's round, because that is good luck for the new year. And I was like, what about crackers? And I'm like, those are round? Yeah, that would work. And I went, wait a minute, I have Hanukkah gelt. Those are round, that'd be perfect. So I am going to be forced to eat 12 of these on New Year's Eve. It's a hardship, but we must do it. Okay, then the other thing that I got yesterday was a gorgeous box of Hanukkah candles. Look at how pretty those are. And I don't want to open them this year because I want to keep this intact for next year. I am going to run out of candles, and I just ordered a box that's supposed to come this weekend. But I don't want to open these because they're so pretty. They're just so pretty. So I want to save those for next year. And then something else in this box. Oh, this is not for me. This is not for me. This is for somebody else who's sitting right here. Look at this. We've got Hanukkah toys. Yeah. You want to see them? Just see. No, they don't squeak. But, oh goodness, these are cute. Now, I don't usually give Baggy all of his toys at one time because he gets bored too quick. So I will dole them out, and then when he gets bored of them, I put them back in his toy basket and then give him something else. But we've got wrong side. We've got a candle and a Star of David. And a jelly donut. And, oh, this one's double-sided, so it's got Star of David on this side. Oh, you know what? I think this is a gelt. This is a Hanukkah gelt. And then the menorah, or Hanukkah, as we learned. And a dreidel. Look at that. Told you can make them out of pretty much anything. You want this? Oh, goodness. Come here. Come here. Show him. Come here. Come here. Come here. Can you guys see? Oh. You want that? You want that? Yes, he wants it. Here. Baggy, pay attention to me. Oh, because he was going for the avocado I just gave him. Oh, abundance of riches. He's holding on to it like this. Don, he loves it. He loves them. Thank you so much. Okay. And last but definitely not least. Oh, and I did hear from actually two people, from Jenn, who gave this to me, and then somebody else said that the hemostats are really great for, pulling your needle through if it's like really tight, if you have thick stitching, which is great because I have had problems with that. Occasionally I have arthritis in my hands, and this is going to come in really handy in those cases. Now, I don't think that Dawn is the one who sent me these, so I still don't know who sent me these, or if it was indeed from Gina, from Gina's Boutique. If it was, thank you so much. I let me know. I'm thinking maybe it was. So these are the ones that I got a couple days ago, but love them, love them, love them. Okay. So now, let's see, we're day 5, right? So I need to find a packet package number 5. Package number 5. What can't Brooke do? Okay, it says Brooke Fuller. I don't know if this is a manufacturer, if it's just a bag. I'm assuming it's like a manufacturer. And what is in here? Two more little packets. Little pretty green packets with a gold sticker. Ooh, ooh. Okay, this is a needle threader and minder. So it is a needle threader with like the thread, needle minder with like the threading wire at the top. What a good idea. Let me put it over my face. That's really cool. And I just want to make sure that this is, yeah, that's just the protection. And this is, oh, this one's cute. This is the same thing. It's a needle minder threader. Look at the little tail moves. So cool. Thank you, Jen. These are so neat. Thank you so much. That's really exciting. Okay. Baggy, why are you going in the box? The good stuff's out of there already. Okay, so I think that is it for tonight, except for doing our drawing. And tonight's winner is Margaret Leggett. Yay! Okay, it's funny because Margaret actually sent me a, put a comment, and I think it was today. I don't know if it was on last night's video or from one of the earlier ones, but she said something like, congratulations to all the winners. I really hope I win. Well, Margaret, you did. So send me a Instagram private message, and what I'm gonna do, there's only one person, Teresa still hasn't, I don't think she's on Instagram, so she's gonna have to sign up, but please do. It's fun anyway. So but what I would like to do is I'm gonna make like a group chat kind of thing with all of the winners, so that when I connect with you, I can kind of do it all at one time. If it's something that everybody needs to know. I mean, I might send you privately pictures of the books that are possibilities. I do have several people who said that they wanted a Winnie the Pooh book, and I only think I have one. So, but I think most people who said that they wanted a Winnie the Pooh book had other options as well. So, you know, we're not going to have any fights over it, but we'll have to go through and see. I have only one or two Winnie the Pooh. So, anyway. Congratulations, Margaret. I hope you're excited. And that, I guess, will be it for tonight. Now, sorry about that noise. Yesterday, my video uploaded like that. It took like what, maybe half an hour for the whole uploading and everything. It went really super fast. The night before felt like it took forever, like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So who knows what tonight will be. It is a little bit later because of course I didn't get off work till 5, so it's 6:30 right now. So we'll see what time it gets up. Tomorrow night, which will be the 6th night of Hanukkah, we only have, what, 3 more days? 3 more days. We will be talking about Hanukkah at the national level and some of the dates of historical things and what's happened in the United States as far as celebrating Hanukkah. So that should be pretty interesting. I find it pretty cool. So I hope that you are all having a holiday season that is full of light and love and peace. And until I see you again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. This is Carla. Happy Hanukkah.